They say age is just a number, right? But what happens when that number draws the interest of someone much younger? If you're an older guy who's caught the attention of a younger woman, you've probably found yourself wondering, is she really into me, or am I reading too much into things? Well, you're in the right place, because today we're breaking down the 8 signs that a younger woman likes an older man. And trust me, these are the little details most guys miss. Life has a funny way of bringing people together in unexpected ways, and sometimes that means bridging the gap between 2 different generations. But when it comes to figuring out her true feelings, it's easy to second-guess yourself or mistake politeness for interest. Does she admire your wisdom, or is she just being kind? Does the way she leans in to talk to you mean more than you think? If you've been picking up vibes but aren't quite sure what they mean, stick around. We'll walk you through the telltale signs that set admiration apart from genuine attraction. Don't miss this, because you might just discover that age isn't the only thing setting you apart. 1. Sweetly nervous, yet playfully bold. Shyness isn't always what it seems, especially if she's mixing it up with playful or flirtatious behavior. When a younger woman is crushing on an older man, she might not know exactly how to express her feelings. After all, navigating an age gap attraction can be a little intimidating. But here's the clue you need to look for. If she's shy 1 minute and dropping playful or teasing comments the next, that's her way of showing interest, albeit in a careful, calculated way. Picture this scenario. You're having a casual conversation, and she's all smiles but seems just a little reserved. Then, out of the blue, she throws in some cheeky humor, or even a playful compliment that catches you off guard. That's not her being random. It's her testing the waters. She's interested, but wants to make sure she's not coming on too strong, especially given the age difference. She might blush when you compliment her or stammer for a moment before replying, but it's not out of disinterest. It's because your presence has her heart racing. Her shyness is paired with these playful moments to reveal her genuine emotions without putting everything on display. Here's another telltale sign for this behavior. She might lean on playful teasing. Maybe she points out your dad joke tendencies, but follows it up with a laugh or a glowing comment about how your sense of humor is refreshingly authentic. These subtle shifts between shy reserve and flirtatious boldness are her quiet way of saying, hey, I find you intriguing, but I also respect the dynamic we're exploring here. If you notice this pattern of behavior, the key is to meet her halfway. She's already putting herself out there in small doses. Respond with warmth, humor, or even a light flirtation to make her feel comfortable enough to open up more. Her sweetly nervous but bold side is her way of slowly revealing she likes you, so don't miss it. 2. Her glow when you enter the room. You know that saying about how happiness is written all over someone's face? Well, if you've noticed a younger woman's eyes light up and her entire demeanor change when she sees you, that's no coincidence. Whether you're at work, out with a group, or walking into a gathering, pay attention to how her energy shifts. It's subtle, but unmistakable. Maybe she was deep in thought or scrolling her phone beforehand, but the second you enter, she perks up like someone just turned on a light inside her. Her smile comes effortlessly, her posture straightens, and suddenly, she's all ears, fully engaged. That instant joy is her way of letting you know, without words, that your presence matters to her. What sets this apart from casual friendliness is the consistency. Someone who's merely being polite might offer you a grin here and there, but when she's genuinely into you, this energy shift happens every single time. She doesn't just give you attention, she actively seeks your company. She might move her seat closer or find reasons to linger near you when she sees you. And it's not just her smile that gives her away. Watch out for her body language. Her feet might point in your direction, or she may lean in slightly when you're speaking. These subtle cues aren't things she's likely doing consciously, but they're clear indicators of how natural and comfortable she feels around you. The next time you spot that undeniable glow when you arrive, take a moment to appreciate what it really means. Her excitement isn't casual or superficial. It's a clear signal that your company brightens her world. Match her warmth with a genuine smile of your own, and don't be afraid to strike up a more personal conversation. Her eagerness to see you is something most men miss, but if you catch it, you'll realize just how much she values your presence. 3. Absorbing your wisdom like a pro. Here's something that sets younger women apart when they're drawn to older men. They're naturally curious about your life, your experiences, and what makes you tick. She's asking questions, paying close attention to your stories, and even acting on your advice. That's a huge green light. To her, your perspective is unique and inspiring. You'll notice it starts with little things. Maybe she asks about your career, your hobbies, or something you've casually mentioned in passing. What makes this behavior stand out is her genuine interest. She's not just filling gaps in conversation. She's genuinely invested in getting to know you better. When you share advice or insights, notice how she reacts. Does she respond thoughtfully, maybe even jotting it down or making changes based on your guidance? That's her way of valuing not only what you say, but also who you are. She admires the experiences you've accumulated and sees them as something she can learn from. And that admiration probably extends beyond wisdom into general attraction. Sometimes this plays out in surprising ways. She might ask you to explain something about your field of work, or even tag along on a trip to a museum or event she knows you like. These moments aren't just about spending time together, they're about bonding over your knowledge and passion. She's seeking connection, and her hunger to learn from you is intertwined with her feelings of admiration and attraction. The way you respond to this can make all the difference. Open up, share your stories, and don't hold back. You'll not only deepen her interest, but also validate her intuitive understanding that you're someone special. When she's absorbing your knowledge and experiences, she's soaking in more than information. She's also falling for the man behind the stories. 4, trusting your voice as her guide. When a younger woman starts asking for your opinion on everything from her outfit to major life decisions, it's time to wake up and recognize the depth of her interest. She's not just shooting questions your way because you're available. She's doing it because, to her, your voice carries weight. Think about the times she's turned to you for advice. Maybe she's asked you to help her think through a tough career decision or sought your perspective on something personal. These aren't casual questions. They're rooted in trust and respect. She sees you as someone whose thoughts and feelings genuinely matter to her. But there's more to this dynamic. Her search for your input often masks a deeper longing to feel close to you. When she asks, "What would you do in this situation?" or "What's your take on this?" she's really saying, "I value who you are and how you think." She may follow your advice or even begin mirroring some of your behaviors because she's quietly aligning herself with you. Even in lighter moments, you'll see signs of this. She might casually refer to something you suggested or share updates on how she applied your idea. She's not doing this for show. She's showing she values your role in her life. If she cares this much about your thoughts, it's not just because you're wise or insightful. It's because she feels a deep connection to you. For her, relying on you goes beyond getting advice. It's about building intimacy. The more she seeks your input, the more she's intertwining her life with yours. And trust me, that's not something she does with everyone. Recognizing how much your opinion means to her is the first step toward deepening that bond and understanding just how much she values you, not just your advice. 5, her touch speaks louder than words. When it comes to younger women showing interest in older men, actions often speak louder than words, and physical touch is one of the clearest forms of communication. If she's making an effort to initiate casual, consistent physical contact, there's a strong chance she's signaling her deeper feelings for you. Now, with an age gap dynamic, she might tread carefully, worried about overstepping boundaries or gauging your comfort level. That's why those seemingly small brushes or intentional touches can hold much more meaning than you realize. Think about this. You're mid-conversation, and she lightly taps your arm while laughing at your joke, or gently adjusts your tie in a way that feels almost intimate, but stops just shy of being overt. These aren't coincidences. These are deliberate moments where she's breaking the touch barrier to communicate her attraction without words. Sometimes the touches are so subtle you might be tempted to brush them off as friendly gestures, but don't. Whether it's her resting her hand on your shoulder, accidentally brushing against you while walking side by side, or playfully bumping into you, these small actions indicate comfort, affection, and interest. One of her goals here might be to test your response. She's feeling out whether you're open to these advances and if you'll reciprocate her subtle, flirty energy. Here's your move. These windows are her offering clues and possibly seeking a connection that goes deeper. A little reciprocation, like holding her gaze while smiling or lightly patting her hand in response, can affirm her feelings while also showing her that you've caught on. These seemingly innocent touches lay the foundation for deeper physical and emotional closeness over time. Ignore them, and you might miss a golden opportunity to engage her interest further. 6. A peek into her heart. Life isn't all about surface-level conversations, and when a younger woman starts opening up to you, offering glimpses into her vulnerabilities, dreams, and personal life, she's handing you something precious. For her, this isn't just casual sharing. It's an invitation to truly see her and, more importantly, to accept her. Have you found that she started sharing stories about her childhood, her ambitions, or even her fears? Maybe she's letting you in on her family dynamics or introducing you to her circle of friends. These are significant steps that scream one thing loud and clear: trust. She's not just trying to connect with you, she's actively creating a space where you can connect with her on a deeper level. When it comes to age gap relationships, this degree of openness is even more meaningful. Inviting you into her close-knit world means not only does she feel comfortable with you, but she also believes in your ability to understand and support her. Surprises might include her leaning on your experiences for guidance or seeking your feedback about her hopes and challenges. What's important here is how much she values your input in the areas that truly matter to her. And it doesn't stop there. For her to bring you into her personal sphere signals her readiness for something substantial. This is where your experience as an older man becomes key. You're not just a listening ear, you're someone who offers reassurance, stability, and wisdom. She sees qualities in you that make her feel safe enough to peel back the layers of her personality. Take her willingness to be vulnerable as an incredible compliment. The responsibility on your end is to reciprocate with care. Listen without judgment, share your thoughts sincerely, and don't overlook these gestures as trivial. When she opens parts of her world to you, know that she's not just into you, she's actively envisioning a role for you in her life. 7. Stepping up to impress. It's one thing to talk about shared interests, but it's another thing entirely when she starts going out of her way to impress you. When a younger woman has her eye on an older man, she doesn't just want you to see her as youthful and vibrant. She's determined to prove that she can meet you at your level emotionally, intellectually, and maybe even professionally. You might notice she's suddenly showing an interest in things that are important to you. Love jazz music? She's curating a playlist for you. Own a collection of classic novels? She's reading one just so she can talk about it with you. These aren't random moments. They're deliberate actions designed to not only grab your attention, but also prove she's putting real effort into building a connection. Mirroring is a huge tell in this context. If you've shared hobbies or interests and she emulates or participates enthusiastically, she's bridging the emotional and intellectual gap that sometimes comes with age differences. By doing this, she's quietly dismantling any doubts you might have about compatibility. It's her way of showing, hey, I'm not just someone you have fun with, I'm someone who gets you. But it doesn't stop at hobbies. Maybe she's updating her wardrobe to reflect something you once complimented. Or perhaps she casually mentions a documentary you recommended. These small shifts aren't about being fake or trying to change who she is. They're about underscoring that she values your opinion and wants you to view her in the best possible light. For an older man, it can be easy to miss these signs, writing them off as her being merely polite. Don't. These small yet powerful efforts are her way of proving she's serious, especially in a dynamic where she might feel like she has more to prove given the age difference. When someone puts this much thought into impressing you, it's worth sitting up and taking notice. 8. Taking the lead on plans. One of the biggest misconceptions about younger women dating older men is that the man is always the leader in the relationship. But here's the thing. If she's into you in a real, genuine way, she's not just going to sit back and wait for you to make the first move all the time. She'll actively make plans, take initiative, and create opportunities for the two of you to spend time together. Whether she's suggesting dinner, proposing a weekend getaway, or even texting you a random, "I was thinking of you, want to grab coffee?" She's stepping outside traditional roles and saying, "I like you, and I'm willing to put effort into this." When a younger woman takes the lead like this, it's a huge deal, especially considering societal expectations that often place the older man in control. The best part? These plans are tailored with you in mind. She's thoughtful about her suggestions, likely spinning experiences or activities where she believes you'll feel comfortable, appreciated, and understood. This isn't just about filling up her social calendar. It's about making memories and strengthening your bond. And it doesn't stop with plans she initiates. Watch how she reacts to your suggestions. If she's always enthusiastic, rearranging her schedule to accommodate, or bubbling with excitement about even mundane activities like grocery shopping, it's because it's not the activity that matters to her. It's being with you. If she's breaking down typical dating norms and creating unique, meaningful moments for the two of you, don't downplay it. She's showing she's all in, and her continual effort affirms her genuine interest in you.